Heya, and welcome on in. My name's Stephanie, and today I'm bringing you tech with a please. In this installment of my series on the Elgato Stream Deck, I'm going to be telling you about some of the best buttons to pay attention to, how to set up a multi-action tool to make a great raid message, and I'm going to be giving you 3 ways to set up awesome camera changes. Not interested in these topics, but want to learn more about the Elgato Stream Deck? Check out some of my other videos on how to make the best use of this awesome product. With all that being said, let's get into today's video. Let's talk big picture about the buttons that aren't self-explanatory, but that you want to pay attention to. I'll dive into a few best uses in a second. My favorite random button is the multi-action tool. Oh baby, this is one hot button. The multi-action button lets you assign multiple actions to a single button. You find multi-action under Stream Deck functions in the right-hand side. There's also an actual button for hotkeys right here. So if there's some unique thing you want to do and you can't find the action on this right-hand side, you can create the action yourself. Another random button I love is the folder button. This lets you turn your 15 button deck into a deck with up to 2,940 buttons, because every folder you make adds 14 buttons. And if you want to keep things cleaner, you can create multiple profiles here and have deck profiles for really anything you want. Sound Deck is another very handy integration that's not super obvious when you look at it. You can select your audio device and where you'll be saving the sound to. This is killer for everyone who wants to create their own alerts. Okay, now I'm going to dive into 2 really useful use cases for some buttons that we just talked about. Let's get into it. I mentioned in this series that multi-action buttons are something very worth paying attention to. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of why they're so fun. Timed messages you see in chat. I'm going to demo why this is fun with my raiding button. This is the button I push when I'm ready to go offline for the night and I'm taking the community on a raid to say hi to another streamer. After plugging in a multi-action button, you can enter the sort of like meatier part of the button by double-clicking on it in the e-deck. Once you're in, you'll see a host of actions. Something you might not have noticed, but it's really important, is that suddenly we have the delay option here. You only see add delay when you're in the multi-action picking what you want to put in it. You won't see this button in the general view. Delays are great for something like raid goodbye messages. Here, within my raid button, you see multiple delays between the command actions of sending Twitch chat messages. These give people the opportunity to read each message before a new one is put in chat. And you can combine actions. So within this single multi-action, I have all of these chat messages, and then I also have an action to change my Twitter name to not show as live anymore. Finally, I have this really important one down here. This is a command that will end the stream. Super helpful for those of us who raid and forget to turn things off. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen a unique way to use a multi-action button. Would love to hear about it. If you've ever been in a stream and the streamer's camera suddenly panned in on the streamer for a funny comment or a look, you've probably either seen hotkeys or a Stream Deck at work. I originally set my camera changes up with hotkeys, so by hitting Shift F2, I could pan in on myself quickly and easily for a silly look. To duplicate what I did, but a little bit easier, set up multiple scenes within your broadcasting service. Then use the scene switcher button right here and just switch between scenes like you would by hitting Shift F2. Or you can go a little bit more challenging and you can duplicate this effect by simultaneously turning on and off sources within a single scene. That would involve setting up a multi-action button and using multiple broadcasting source tools. So you would need to turn on and off these sources here. A little bit more complicated, but if you're willing to go the extra mile, do it. Thanks for watching this video on the more detailed ways to use your Elgato Stream Deck. I'm not affiliated with Elgato and I wasn't paid for this video, so a like and subscribe really do go a long way. Now, if you think you've got a handle on these topics, head on over to my other videos on the product to learn about how to put that Stream Deck to maybe even better use. like with preparing for hate raids, which are groups of people who go into brigade a streamer just intent on harassing them. I have some great strategies to help keep you safe from those. I hope you enjoy your Stream Deck, and thanks again for watching.